Hello, my name is Nicholas Cluck, and welcome to my final presentation on the ways of how to do schoolwork. The course and semester that I'm doing is CWI 101 TED Talk Fall of 2022. The instructor is Kim Scuffer. Time spent on classes. Plans for the weekdays. If you have work or anything planned for classes or anything like that, plan anything anytime that you have open time, like you get off of work to get schoolwork done, or you have classes and you get off and then you have to make your way to work or whatever. Try to see what could fit well with you. Weekends should be for anything studying or any homework that you can't get it in through the weekdays. A lot of teachers I've known that they will give you a week or a few weeks to do the work because how long it is, or depending on how people's schedules are. It depends on how everything goes for you. Online classes to in-class lessons or learning. It depends on some people. Like for me, I like to be in person doing in-class stuff that it actually helps me learn easier and more compared to online, which it has everything there. And if I have any questions or need help, it's hard to send an email depending on how long it takes for the teacher to send an email back. It just really depends. But in class, you could just go up to them and ask them, hey, how can I do this or that? It really depends on how it goes for everyone. Time spent on homework. Time of the day. If you have nothing to do during that day, or if you have like class at the end of the day or in the evening, I would say homework. Try to get that done in the first thing in the morning. If you're those type of people that you actually want to just get it done and over with, so later in the day you can actually do other things like household chores or going to work. It depends on what people's schedules are. I can't really judge. It's up with everyone's schedules. I'm just here trying to point out how to get around those curves. How long should it be if work or class would be in the evening or at the night? Try to get a few hours in, or try to get it all done within a bit. It just really depends. Doing it in parts. Doing it in parts kind of is just get a little bit of it done here and there for school before class or whatever, and then later in the day you can finish it off, or just do a little bit day by day. For a few of my classes, I just get an essay done per day for it, and then after that or the next week I just do the quizzes for it after that, and then I just do it in parts because I'm busy with my whole schedule. Studying time. Is weekends good? It depends on your schedule. Weekends I am also busy, and it's hard for me to get studying time in. So it really depends on how you do it. If weekends are really open for you, you have nothing to do, it's a good thing to do it. You could get it done whenever. It just depends on schedules for people or whenever you have something planned for that day. Studying before tests in the morning. If you want to just get the test done and over with in the morning, you could just study it and get it done and over with, and then go on with your day. Studying before going to bed, it really depends if you're a really busy person, and if when you get home from work or class or whatever, if you have it open, you could really just study while before you go to bed, and you could think about it whenever you wake up or while you're trying to sleep. I do that, and it actually helps me out a lot, quite a bit here and there. I'm not saying really do it. It's just a device or a tip if you want to try it. It just depends on the schedule. Asking for help whenever you need it. When is a good time? It depends on when the teacher is available or instructor. It really is hard, depends on it. Like, in the morning and such, they might answer it really quickly, or if they're really busy that day with assigning work or grading stuff, you could just email them and just wait for a while, and then it will come through. Who knows? It depends on how busy you are or how busy they are. It just really depends on what everyone's plans are. How to do it or when to do it. It really doesn't really matter. But whenever they ask you if you need any help or so, they would probably just give you their email or any time that they're going to be in an office or whenever. That's kind of a good time to go and just ask questions there. Don't do it like all the time. If you stuck on a question for an essay or something, you could just ask them through email instead of going to them and asking them in class or whatever, if you're online. But it really just depends on how severity of the question you need. Asking it in now or never. Don't hold back on the answering or asking questions. Just try to get it through as fast as you can. If you just wait for like an opportunity, it's not wise. I tried to do that. It's really hard to catch back up. Just ask it whenever if you need it for any work. If having a job, if the day goes. So here's this whole schedule if it works. If you wake up at 7 or 6 in the morning or 8, depends on how long you sleep or how well you sleep. If you have to go to work at 9, 10, 11, depends on when you have to go to work or whatever. If you can get a little bit of work before you go to work, if you have the time, at least try to get a little bit of it done before you do go to work or whatever. And if you have the rest of the day open, if you can't have a whole lot of time in the morning, the afternoon is there just to help you out. It just depends on the schedule. Working part-time or nighttime shifts. Working part-time could depend on what job they want you to do or how long they want you to work. It really depends. If they want you to work Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and then Thursday, Friday you have open, you could do a lot of schoolwork on those days. It just depends. Or if they want you just to work all week, but then they want you to work for 3-4 hours a day, you could get homework done when you get home or in the morning, depends on whenever you're doing it. But for nighttime, if you have to go to work at like 8 p.m. to 9 a.m., depends. Who knows? I don't know how well it works. Try to get some work done or sleep once you go home, and then if you wake up before you go to work, try to get that stuff done. But it just really depends on how much work you have to get done. And weekends is kind of a good thing. It's there so you could rest or sleep and catch up. Depends on how you're trying to think of it. If can bounce around it. That means if you could at least get it in here and there before or after work or during work if you're on break, and if or during classes, who knows. If you're on your way to class after work, you could get a little bit of done if you don't get into too much trouble with it or into any problems. It really just depends on how much you could afford to put more time and work into it. It's just up to you and your schedule to make it all balanced, and then you won't have to stress about a project due next weekend. It's just ups with everything to you. Even for me, if I'm currently working right now, I would be writing down notes of what I'm doing, think what I have to do before I go to work or get my essay done. I could just take notes and then just keep it on my phone or email it to myself, and then I have the notes and everything there, and then go home, type it in real quick, and then you should be good. It just depends. You could have any strategies to get it done. It's really up to you. You could be as smart on how to do it. It's just up with you. Hope you enjoy my presentations, and I will see you guys